No, 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 don't do it, don't do it, don't eat the babies, get away from the babies. So yes, it's been a tense and dramatic couple of months in our nest box, which saw some blue tits move in and make it their home. Now, I think it was about 2 years ago now that I installed this smart Wi-Fi bird box, the Birdfy Nest. This nest box has 2 cameras on it. There's one on the outside, so as you can see what's checking it out, and another on the inside to keep an eye on anything that moves in. It's made of hard-wearing, eco-friendly bamboo and even includes a solar panel so as it never needs charging. This is the second Birdfy Nest I've had because the cameras on the first one didn't survive its first winter, but Netview, the company behind the Birdfy range of products, replaced it under warranty, so that was all good. But if you've seen my previous videos on this item, you'll know that nothing actually moved into it anyway in that first year, which was very disappointing. So when I put the replacement up, I swapped over the entrance hole for a smaller one to encourage smaller birds to use it. And that clearly worked, because around the middle of March we started to get a bit of interest from a blue tit. After a number of brief visits, she started to get brave and take a look inside, checking out where best to put the kitchen and if she needs to knock any rooms through. And I say she because it's apparently the female that does all of the nest building. We know there was a pair of blue tits though, because we'd seen them together in the garden, but more about the male's involvement later. On April the 5th, she finally started bringing in material to build a nest, and this process continued over several days. Bits of grass, chunks of moss, leaves, fur, whatever I think she could get her hands on or claws on, were slowly collected and assembled into a usable nest inside the box. After 9 days of building the nest, Mrs. Blue Tit laid her first egg. She then laid one every single day until there were 9 eggs in total. It's worth pointing out that the Birdfy app automatically detected this and switched to the stage to what it called brooding. But Mrs. Blue Tit was a very lucky mum to be, because Mr. Blue Tit was sticking around and bringing her plenty of food to eat while she sat on those eggs waiting for them to hatch. And she sat on those eggs for quite a while actually, because it wasn't until May the 4th.
May the Force be with you.
Yes, May the 4th. The first chick is a Star Wars baby because that's when the first one hatched. Now sadly the camera didn't manage to capture any of the chicks hatching, but instead we were treated to the increased feeding frenzy that occurred as more and more chicks hatched over the next couple of days. More than one a day, which I didn't expect at all. They really do look like scrawny little dinosaurs at this point, and it was fascinating watching Mum and Dad constantly going back and forth fetching caterpillars to feed them and seeing their little beaks reaching up for the food. Now the app calls this stage nestling or nestling, and it's worth talking about the app again here. You might have noticed that the app is displaying the video feeds in a portrait aspect ratio, which means when you join the inside and the outside images together, it makes a nice square image. I think that works well on a phone screen, but when you want to view on a larger screen like a laptop, then it's not so great. You might also have noticed it doesn't really work well in a landscape YouTube video either, and it's a real pain to edit. But back to the chicks, they were now quite vulnerable when left alone, and one particular woodpecker was very interested. I'm sure he could have managed to get in given enough time, but luckily he did give up eventually. And of course one of my cats was extremely interested in the comings and goings of the nest box too, so I had to discourage her for fear of finding parts of Mr. and Mrs. Blue Tit on my garage floor. So predators are one thing they have to worry about, but the other thing that we didn't foresee was that Mrs. Blue Tit would no longer be able to get into the nest box. Usually every night she would spend it inside the nest box, sitting on top of the chicks, keeping them warm. But we noticed that for a couple of nights she wasn't in there. Looking back at the footage, we realised that she was struggling to get in. I assume she was getting too tired to be able to make the landing. Luckily, Mr. Blue Tit was still going in to feed the babies, but we thought we'd better help them out. Now, I don't know if what we did was the right thing to do or not, but it felt like the right thing to do at the time, and even with hindsight, I still think we did the right thing. I waited until the parents had flown away to get food, and I got my ladders out. I then climbed up the ladders, drilled a small hole in the front of the nest box and put a long screw under the entrance hole for them to use as a perch. After I took the ladders down, we waited quietly, hoping that the parents would return, and luckily within about 5 minutes we saw both parents make their way inside, using the screw as a perch exactly as we'd hoped. From that point on, Mrs. Blue Tit returned to keep the chicks warm every night. The 9 chicks continued to get bigger every day, but of course some of the chicks weren't as strong as the others, and despite all of the eggs hatching, there were clearly 1 or 2 weaker ones. On the 14th of May, so less than 10 days after they started hatching, we noticed one of the chicks had died and the body had been pushed to the side of the box. Unfortunately, this wasn't the only chick to die, and over the course of the next few days, whilst most of them got bigger and stronger, we lost a total of 3 chicks. But the remaining 6 chicks were starting to look like actual blue tits now and getting more and more active in the box, pushing each other around and filling up all the available space. When their parents visited, the box would get quite crowded. So the nest box I went for was called the Birdfy Nest, but Birdfy have since renamed that to the Birdfy Nest Duo because of its dual cameras, and it is the largest and most feature-rich of their range, and of course the most expensive. I think they're selling it for £229 direct when I last checked prices online. Full price though is getting on for £400, but I wouldn't pay that. Just wait for a sale unless you're really desperate. But they do also sell more budget models like the single camera Birdfy Nest or the Birdfy Nest Ebony, and they're both selling for about £129. But these boxes are both a lot smaller, and after seeing how much space these chicks are taking up after only a week or 2, it must get very crowded in those smaller ones. But either way, you might be thinking that that's a lot to spend on a bird box, and you'd be right, it really is. But what you are paying for is the use of the Birdfy app. It records all of the key moments, apart from when it really annoyingly misses the eggs being laid or the chick actually hatching, and it saves the footage in the app for easy access. You can also share the camera in the app with friends and family, which is what we did, so there's been a real buzz around this gadget from multiple households, with us all messaging each other saying, "Oh, did you see what just happened?" And I think for that alone it was worth the money that I spent on it. I think if you could get a powered camera in there doing 24/7 recording, then you'd capture even better moments like the ones that we missed. But this is a battery powered camera with a solar panel to keep it charged, so you can put the thing almost anywhere. So that's the trade-off that you get with that flexibility. Anyway, back to the blue tits. So yes, the 6 remaining chicks were getting massive and very curious about what was outside. And on the 22nd of May at around 5 PM, the first chick ventured outside. Annoyingly, the camera didn't catch this. We just saw 6 chicks one moment and 5 chicks the next. And then when we checked again a bit later, there were only 3. Before 6 PM, the final 2 chicks fledged, and this time it was caught on camera. So I'll show that to you now without me talking over the top. And that's it, all over. The parents visited a couple of times after that the same evening with caterpillars to feed the chicks that had literally flown the nest. But for us, the excitement was all over. So I waited a couple of days and got the ladders back out so as I could remove the nest from the box and clean it all up. I made sure to wear gloves because I'd heard that nests can be full of parasites and fleas, and I washed the inside of the box out with mild soap and water so it's ready for others to move in. So what happened to the family of blue tits? Did we ever see them again? Well, yes. If it's quiet outside, I can hear their distinctive chirping, and if I go outside into my back garden and look carefully, I can see a family of blue tits all playing in the trees behind my house. I haven't seen them venture outside of the cover of the trees yet, but I can see that they are safe and thriving, so hopefully one of them will use this nest box next year. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's a bit different to normal, I know, but I wanted to show that technology has value in many different ways. This gadget doesn't make my life any easier or save me any time on chores, but it is a great way to get closer to nature in a way that you wouldn't normally be able to. Links will be down in the description, or you can scan the QR code for more information on the Birdfy Nest products. A massive thank you to my channel members and patrons listed here. If you'd like early access to my videos and some bonus content too, then check out the description for information on joining. Please give the video a like and subscribe to my channel for free to see more from me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.